We're going to begin our movement snacks today with some more breathing. But once you've got comfortable with a relaxed breathing, we want to start playing with loaded breathing positions. So here I've lifted the knees so the legs sit parallel. And what you'll find is that you'll suddenly start to feel the abs and the core more engaged. And this is when you want to test, can you still breathe light and diaphragmatically? If it feels good from there, raise the neck and the arms slightly. We're just loading more and more of the position. If that feels okay, extend the legs slightly. If at any point you feel that you're compromising the quality of your breathing, revert back to the previous position. This is really sneaky hard stuff that really fit people will find challenging because unless you train it, you're not going to have access to this. And we want to be able to breathe well and light in lots of different positions when we're under load, when we're in pressure. So, how do we do that? We practice it. So, find what's a challenging breathing position for you. The priority is functional breathing. So, that may start with just lying on your back with your knees up, then go to the legs down, then go to maybe lying on your belly, or start on your belly. You're the only one in your body who knows what's the best breathing position for you, but breathe light and breathe in and out through the nose with your mouth closed. The next thing we're going to do is you're going to roll over onto your belly. And now we're going to start to do some Scorpio reaches. So find yourself in a T position with the arms at the sides. And you're just going to bring the leg up and then plant the foot across on the other side. This is going to bring a nice twist to the back. Don't force anything and only go to where your body is happy to go to. Remember, we always want to be telling our body it's safe to go there. Nothing bad happens when we go there. Nothing bad happens when we go there. This is why we always want to have our nervous system in that rest and digest at the beginning of our movement sessions. Because when our body doesn't feel safe, it will shut down the range of motion. And we want that range of motion. We want our joints to be happy because they're the gateway to movement. And also, it means that injured areas are going to be happier to be open to change. So just keep breathing nice and lightly and twist so that foot just comes over and touches the ground. The opposite shoulder is going to come off the ground a little bit. You're not trying to stay fixed to the ground with the upper body. And just enjoy that feeling of that twist. Now you're going to roll over onto your back. And it's going to be kind of same, but different. So have the arms out to the side, the knees bent and bring them up. And from here, you're just going to twist and bring the knees down to the side. To start with, keep the head and eyes just looking up and straight. You don't need to add more of a twist by going in the opposite direction of the neck. So just keep the head and the eyes open and looking upward. And just allow the legs to fall to wherever they need to fall. They may not reach the ground. This will depend, and you'll feel a kind of opening on the top of the kind of hip and glute that is in the air or kind of facing up. Keep the feet together and keep your breathing soft. Feel into this move. The idea isn't to do any static holds. If that feels okay, you can go a bit further and straighten one of the legs. So it's going to be the outer leg that then goes down, and then you switch in the middle and down to the side. Only go as far as your body's happy to go to. This should feel like an opening and a reach, and don't compromise your breath. You're just moving into these kind of twisty ways of being so that we can be more 360 degrees strong. We spend a lot of time in straight lines, a lot of time in shapes that aren't really serving us, but it's just what life necessitates for us to get things done that we need to get done. So just keep alternating and go back to the variation or the progression that fits you on the day. Don't think, well, I could do this. And remember, you can always add more reps and change how that's going to feel. And you can just go back to the knees at the side and let them fall and keep your eyes open, and your nose is the way to breathe and the way to go. Next up, you're going to do 3 1-minute planks, but we're going to have a rest in between these. So, first of all, set yourself up in the plank position. So, the legs should be straight at the back and have the feet together. This is going to be something where you're recruiting tension. The eyes are open and looking straight, kind of down ahead, sort of in between your hands, but further ahead a little bit. And in this position, I want you to breathe, but squeeze everything. So you're squeezing your butt together, you're squeezing your feet together, your knees should be together. And at the same time, it's this loaded tension and relaxed breathing. You may feel yourself start to wobble. That's okay. That just means there's work happening. Some people are used to doing the plank on their elbows on the ground. For this drill, I want you to see if you can be in this stacked position. So you have your wrists, and then your elbow should be directly above, and then your shoulder is directly above your elbow. So we're really stacking these joints to give ourselves a really, really solid base. The aim is to get to 1 minute. This is a starting point. If you can't make it to 1 minute, that's fine. Just make a note of what your baseline is. And then you're going to come out of that tense position and you're going to do whatever you want to do to get rid of that tension. I like to bounce and vibrate and shake the wrists out, shake the knees out, maybe kind of swing from side to side, because we want to be able to recruit tension, but we also need to be able to let go of it really, really efficiently. I don't want you to do anything too kind of jumpy or exhausting, because we're going to go back into that plank position. So if anyone saw, I did a 1 year to a handstand project, and this was the drill that I was told to do for the first 6 weeks. And really for the first 3 months, there was a lot of 1 minute planks. So we need to prepare our body to do things, and our tissues and our tendons take a lot slower journey than our muscles, about 3 times longer. So I want you to set yourself up, and this isn't about you learning a handstand. This is about, that was just my kind of fun party trick project. This is about being able to recruit strength, having strong wrists, having a solid core, being able to recruit the glutes, which are the powerhouse in the body, being able to hold tension so that there aren't any leaks. We want this to be like one sealed unit. And it's really tiring to hold that amount of tension, but don't hold your breath. You're breathing in and out through the nose. Keep the eyes open. Keep squeezing. When you feel that little wobble, don't let it put you off. Just think, can I go a little bit further? There's really something between a difference between an ache and a pain. And I don't want you ever to go into pain. And I also want you to be able to recognize when there's effort that you're comfortable with and when there's an effort where you feel it's on the edge of pain. And this is only something you know, and it'll be relative to your life experience of what your tolerance is for discomfort. So, again, in this downtime, maybe you're going to shake out your wrists, you're going to roll them, you're going to feel comfortable, make figure of eights, shake out the tension, because we need to be able to recruit it and let it go. So you can bend the wrists in the other direction and just kind of open them, shake them out, feel good. A little bit of bounce and vibrate is always really, really welcome to the body. And you can do that at any time. It's a really nice thing to do, especially in between anything that's a more demanding rep or a kind of strength building movement snack. Keep the breathing gentle. And remember, this is making you 360 degrees strong. So as much as we want to be able to add in things like rotation, we also need to be strong in those straight lines, and we want to stack the joints. That's really, really important. Because once you have this solid stacking system, you'll feel the difference in all of your other groundwork, the under switches, the side kick throughs, any of the moves that you're doing where you're having weight loading and bearing on your wrists and you want strong shoulders, this is going to do it. This is also just a classic strength drill for your core and also even for your concentration. Like, are you happy to stay there for 1 minute? And of course, breathing in and out through the nose, mouth closed, tongue resting on the roof of the mouth. Just take your time. You can time this or just count and see how it feels, but don't overdo it. You only really need to do 1 minute. And then shake it out. See how you feel. Rotate the wrists. Feel the ease back in the body. For the final move in the movement snacks today, we're going to go back to the wrists and we're going to go back to that tabletop position with our knees slightly off the ground because we're going to end with just some nice crawling. So if it feels too much, just start with the knees down, looking forward, in and out through the nose, breathing, and just doing this gentle opposite hand, opposite foot. Each time you put the one of the joints down on the floor, think of it like a kiss. It's very, very gentle. You don't want to create or add impact. You always want to have minimal impact anytime we make contact with the floor. If that's feeling comfortable, bring the knees up and do the same. There's really a big difference in the demand of knees down and knees up. Try and keep your back straight and see if you can minimize the sway of the hips. There's going to be a tiny natural bit as you go from one side to the other, but meet yourself where you're at. And believe me, some of the strongest people in the world I know, they all do these quadrupedal movements. So you can enjoy them and feel like that. Another really classic way to crawl is in the crab. So we know that from other movement snacks we've done. So again, it's opposite hand, opposite foot. And just test it out. Do a few paces forwards and back. This is another drill that's really, really great for your posture. And every time you put your hand down, think about going and dispersing the weight from the edge of the fingertips, then to the wrist. If you're finding it demanding, this will make a really big difference. So just disperse the load as you start to make contact and transfer the body weight with each step. Keep the chin tucked back and breathe in and out through your nose. So enjoy your movement snacks. The crawling is really, really great. For some people, this is going to feel like a workout. For others, this will be your rest position. How it is for anyone else is sort of irrelevant to you. So just enjoy the movement snacks. So we did the loaded breathing, the Scorpio twists, the holding the planks, the forward crawl, the crab walk. Enjoy.